I'm going to get started here with an introduction and we'll be on our way here shortly. So first off, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to see all the faces in the room. Really lucky to have connected with Judi, and I think that chair yoga is a really good way for us to all be getting moving when we're stuck at home. I want to take a moment to introduce you to Amit Children in case this is some of your first interaction. Amit is one of Israel's largest education networks, and for the past 3 years, it's been voted the country's #1 educational network. Amit educates more than 37,000 students, varying from elementary school through high school, youth villages, vocational schools. We really run the gamut from secular schooling through religious institutions. Amit's goal is really meeting every child where they are, providing them a holistic education to help them be the best person they can in Israel's future and in world Jewry. Now that Amit is not in the regular classroom, we're doing everything we can to support them in this time of COVID. And so it's really an honor to be working with Amit, how we can be delivering relevant programming to you, things that feel important, all in the greater support of our children at Amit schools in Israel. So thank you so much for joining. I want to go ahead and introduce Judi. She's going to take us through what we're going to be doing today, introduce herself a bit, and we will get going.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's actually afternoon from where I'm speaking from. I'm in Albany, New York. I'm a registered nurse. I'm a certified Kripalu yoga instructor. I've been a nurse for over 40 years, and I've been teaching yoga and meditation for over 25 years. And currently, I serve part of that time as the Senior Health Education Coordinator for Jewish Family Services here in Albany, New York, and we are offering yoga classes and wellness programs for our seniors. So I'm very delighted to be here. I can't believe the technology has allowed us to reach beyond 3,000 miles across the country to reach you folks. So a little bit about yoga. I know most of you are probably familiar with the basic concept of yoga, the fact that the word yoga means union. It means the ability to bring together your body, your mind, your heart, your energy, all together in one place, because we live very scattered, very distracted lives. So yoga is a wonderful opportunity to practice centering, to bringing that together. So what you need for today's practice is a chair. It's very simple. Preferably a chair with a straight back, and one that allows you to sit tall with your back slightly away from the back of the chair and your feet flat on the floor. If you're one of those vertically challenged people whose feet don't reach the floor, you might put a pillow or a book or something under your feet just so you can get some support. And the other thing you're going to want to have on hand for this session and for the next 2 sessions is something you can use as a yoga tie. It could be an official yoga tie, or it could be just a piece of fabric, a towel, something to extend your reach a little bit more. So as you know, yoga works on flexibility, it works on balance, and it works on strength. But more importantly, it works on mindfulness, bringing us into a deeper connection with ourselves, with our bodies, and with our breath, so that we can lead deeper lives, more effective lives. So there's a couple of rules that we're going to follow for this class. I'm not a big one on rules, but there are 3. Number 1, and I'll be reminding you to breathe. Okay, even what happens when you start to move sometimes is you hold your breath. When there's a strong sensation or a strong emotion, we hold the breath. And that's absolutely not helpful. So try to continue to breathe slowly, steadily, evenly throughout the practice. And I'll be reminding you, make no mistake. The second thing is to respect your body. We all have challenges. We all have strengths. So if you're doing a movement that I'm leading and your body says, this really doesn't feel right to me, listen to your body. I am here as a cheerleader and a coach, but you are the ultimate judge of what is going to work best for you. Last but not least, I really want you to have fun. There's so many things we have to do in life that aren't fun. Your yoga practice should be something that you're drawn to, something that's totally enjoyable. So the way the class is going to run is pretty much the way it would run in real life. We're going to take a few minutes to center, then we'll do some movement, and then at the end we'll sit again for a few minutes just to notice how the practice has affected us. This week we're going to do all seated work, and in the 2 upcoming weeks we will focus on an introduction to balance, and then finally we'll work on standing postures with an emphasis on building up core strength, which is even attainable sitting in a chair. So hopefully everybody's ready to begin. So let's do our centering. Find your feet, let them be flat on the floor, roll your shoulders up and back and down a few times. Just let them circle through space. Let those circles go in the opposite direction. Just notice the tension that builds up there. And then allow your shoulders to come up towards your ears, create fists with your hands, tighten the muscles of your arms, press your feet into the floor, clench your jaw, squeeze your eyes shut, find a muscle you can squeeze it, and then let all of that tension go with a ha. And now you can either allow your eyes to stay closed, or if that doesn't feel comfortable, just look softly at the floor in front of you. You want to be able to draw your attention inward, noticing that interior landscape. Allow yourself to feel yourself seated in the chair. Notice your feet, your legs, your torso, your arms, and your head resting on your shoulders. Just noticing any areas that might be holding on to a little extra tension or tightness, as well as those places that feel open and spacious, relaxed. And then watching the breath. Watching as the breath comes in and watching as it goes out. Noticing your energy this morning, any emotions. It's all welcome as part of your practice. And noticing the busyness of your thoughts, invite those thoughts to rest just for a while in your breath. And then invite your breath to get a little bit deeper so that it begins in a soft, open belly and moves up through your chest all the way to your shoulders. And then exhaling from the top down, shoulders, chest, and belly. Breathing in and breathing out. If your thoughts should wander away to another place or another time, gently bring it back to the breath. Over the next 3 breaths, see how present you can become to yourself, bringing your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit all together in this one perfect moment. And then with that 3rd exhale, allowing your eyes to open if they're closed. Let's inhale and bring the arms up. And exhale, let them float down. So as I'm breathing and lifting my arms, I'm allowing my head to look up. But if that doesn't feel good to your neck, you could just keep your head looking straight ahead. Inhaling, reaching up. And exhale, arms float down. Let's do that once more. Breathing in, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Just getting in touch with the breath. So this time when your arms reach overhead, let's let them stay there. Relax your shoulders and lift through your fingertips. Feel your whole body breathing. Notice the sensations that's building up in your arms and your hands, your shoulders. So I'm going to take one arm now and lower it down to the side of the chair and begin to sweep the other from side to side. So what we're going to do with the breath here is exhale as we reach across and inhale as the arm comes down. Trying to get the full range of motion or whatever your body will allow, exhaling and sweeping, inhaling and lowering. And sweep. And lower. So the next time you reach over, let yourself pause and reach. Keep drawing the shoulder back and the arm back to open the front of your body. You can take the opposite arm and press it away if that feels good. Make sure both of your sit bones are squarely on the chair. Stretching a little further. Good. Inhale, reach that arm up, and then let the elbow bend so you can cradle it with your opposite palm. I'd like to suggest that you give yourself a pat on the back at this point for showing up for class, doing something good for yourself. Breathing steadily into an open chest and belly, and just enjoying that stretch. So know that when I'm holding a pose, if your body is saying it's time to release, let yourself release. So one more breath in and then exhale, lower the arms. Take a breath and just notice how your body feels. So we're nicely balanced. We're going to do all of that on the other side. Let's breathe the arms up. One more time, coming into seated mountain, fingers lifted, shoulders relaxed, feet firmly on the floor. Good, and we'll lower the opposite hand now and begin to sweep. So whenever you do a two-sided pose, you will undoubtedly notice that one side feels very different than the other. And that's just something interesting to notice about your own body. So exhaling as you sweep across, inhaling as you come down. And this time we'll hold one more time, reaching out, feeling both sit bones on the chair, pressing the opposite arm away if that feels good. One more breath here, and then lower that arm, and we'll bend that elbow now. Cradle it with the opposite palm. Draw the elbows back, draw the shoulders back. Allow the chest to open fully. Good. And one more deep breath in and release. And again, taking a minute to notice how that affected your body. So I'm going to breathe my arms out from the shoulders now. So you want to take a look and make sure that the arms are as level with the shoulders as you can make them. Inhale, turn the palms up. And exhale, rotate them down. Breathing the palms up, rotating them down. So notice what your shoulder blades are doing on your back body as you're doing this. Breathing in, palms come up. Breathing out, palms come down. A lot of sensation coming in your arms and hands now. Good. So let's leave the palms up and then exhale, touch the fingertips to the shoulders. Inhale, open. Breathe in deeply, exhale, fingertips to shoulders. Breathe in deeply, open. Exhaling and closing. One more time, open wide, good. Exhale, fingertips to shoulders, and let them rest there. We're going to start to do some circles with the elbows. So let your shoulders be small at first, just getting a sense of what's going on in the shoulder joint. If it feels comfortable, you can let the circles get a little bigger each time you come around. Keep breathing steadily, evenly. Great. So we're going to pause. Remember what direction you were going in? Let's go the other way. Start small. And let the circles grow as big as they want to be. Keeping breathing. One more great big circle. And then open the arms, turn the palms down, and let the hands float to rest on your thighs. So we're going to do a series called the 6 movements of the spine. This is done typically as part of most yoga classes because it gets the spine moving in a number of ways: flexion, extension, side to side, and rotation. So we'll probably include this series in most of the classes that we'll be doing together. So we're going to start with the cat and the dog. As you breathe in, allow your chest to come forward, your shoulders to come back, and your head to look up. Opening into dog. And then moving into cat, curling the back, tucking your chin, rolling back. Good. Let the breath go. Inhale, open wide, open the chest. And exhale, curl the spine. Let all the breath go. The more you let go of the exhale, the more room you'll have for the next breath to come in. Inhale and exhale. And let's do that once more. Inhale, open really wide. Deep breath in, exhale, curl the spine, tuck the chin, roll off the sit bones, and come back to center. Oh, it looks like I have company. Good. All right. So the next 2 movements are the twist, and we're going to actually do 2 varieties of twist. We're going to start by extending one arm, and on an exhale, bring that palm to your knee, other hand to the side of your chair. Look over your shoulder. So as you breathe in, your spine is getting taller. And as you breathe out, that shoulder is floating back. Breathing in and lengthening. Breathing out and rotating. Notice where your thoughts go as you're holding the pose. Can you stay with the breath? If you'd like a deeper twist, Just take that leg and cross it over. One more breath here. And then exhale, return it back to center. And uncross your legs if they're crossed. We'll go right to the other side. Other arm extends. Take a minute to put a lot of energy in that arm, shoulders to fingertips. Good, let it be very, very active. And then exhale, bring that palm to the knee, other hand to the side of your chair. And again, breathing in creates length in your spine. Breathing out helps the rotation. And for a deeper twist, cross one leg over the other and continue to breathe. One more breath in, and then exhale. Bring it back to center. Excuse me. So the next two movements are called threading the needle. And there's lots of variations of that depending on what your body will allow today. So I'm going to start by extending one arm and then sliding it through underneath my arm and on top of my thigh. Now it might be that this is just far enough for you to go. But if you want to add a little more intensity, you can lean forward. You can also take that outside arm and sweep it up to the ceiling. Let your head be relaxed. So you can shake your head yes or no. Just let the head be heavy. And then on an inhale, let's bring it right back up to center. Take a minute just to sit and breathe. Sometimes when you come up from a pose like that, you feel a little lightheaded, and that's perfectly normal. Just take a couple of breaths and it should be fine. So we'll go to the other side, stretching the arm out. Breathing in, exhale, sliding that arm along and easing yourself in. Whatever variation of threading the needle works for you today, that's what you want to be doing. Let's take one more deep breath in here, and then inhale, bring it back up. Take another breath. So one of the fundamental series in yoga is called the sun salutation. And there's a nice version of that we can do seated. It's actually a seated half sun salute. So we'll work on it. And if you lose your place, just remember to breathe and you're 90% there. So begin by bringing your hands to heart center, pressing the palms together to wake up the muscles of your arms. You want to feel energy in your shoulders and back. Inhaling, letting the arms sweep up. And on an exhale, reach back. Good, breathe back in. And now open your arms. Let yourself swan dive forward. Let the breath go. Bring your palms to your knees and come up halfway. Breathe in. Exhaling and folding, let the breath go. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Let's exhale and reach back. Inhaling back to mountain and exhaling back to your heart. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale to mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale up halfway, breathe in. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, reach it back. Take that breath into mountain and exhale it right back to your heart. Last time, inhale, sweep up. Reach it back, let the breath go. Breathe into mountain. Again, fold forward. Let all of the breath go. Inhale up part way. Exhaling and folding. And now gather it, open your arms, draw in all that energy and breath, sweep it up. Exhale, reach it back. Take your breath into mountain and exhale back to your heart and pause. And if you press your thumbs into your heart center, you might notice that your heart is beating a little faster, that you're breathing a little more deeply. Maybe you feel a little warmer. Just notice whatever there is to notice. Wonderful. So we worked on the upper body a bit, and we got some more breath in. So let's work on the lower body now. I know we're all confined indoors a good deal of the time, but that doesn't mean we can't walk. So we're just going to march in place here. If you like, you can add your arms. This is what you do if you're walking anyway. And when you're walking indoors, you don't need to have a mask on, which is really nice. So I'm going to add a little bit of a challenge here. Know that you can stay with just the feet, with the pumping arms, or you can join me by bringing the opposite knee up to the elbow on an exhale. Here we go. Let the breath go. Exhale, exhale. Oh. So the next time the knee comes up, we're going to bring the knee in, hug it in tight, give it a squeeze, and circle the ankle. Just circling in one direction, and then the other. See if you can draw that knee up a little bit closer without raising your shoulders. And just use the breath. So let's extend that leg now. And if this is a challenge for you, you can put your yoga tie under the thigh, or you can hold on with your hands. Or if you'd like to challenge yourself, just release your arms. Notice the sensations of the muscle working. A lot of sensation. Make sure you're sitting up tall and breathing. So from here, we'll go into a stretch that's really good for the lower back. It's called the figure 4 stretch. So here are your options. You can cross your ankles. You can cross your knees. Or you can place your foot up on top of your thigh. So notice just by doing that, you're going to get a really strong sensation in the upper outer part of the thigh of the leg that's bent. If you'd like more sensation, gently press down on the knee, pull up on the foot, and allow yourself to lean forward. Relax your shoulders, let them spread across your back body, and breathe. Inhaling, let's release that and uncross whatever is crossed. So that stretch is particularly good if you're bothered by sciatica or low back pain. Good idea not to do the stretch if the pain is acute, but as a preventative measure to do periodically during the day, particularly if you've been sitting for a while. So let's do all of that on the other side. I'm going to start to march. And pump the arms. Remember, you can keep it low, you can keep it with just the feet. You can pump the arms, or you can join me in getting a little abdominal work here by bringing the knee up to the opposite elbow. Here we go. Exhale. Really blow out the breath. Just by blowing out the breath, you can feel your abdominal muscles begin to contract. Good. So the next time that other knee comes up, let's bring it up a little higher. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall. Shoulders relaxed. Opposite foot flat on the floor, and we'll circle the ankle. One direction. And the other direction. If you hear some creaking and cracking in your feet, that's pretty normal. As long as there's no pain involved, that's fine. And then we'll stretch that leg out. Again, you can use your hands to hold on, or you can use your yoga tie, or you can do a little bit of a challenge for yourself. Just extend the arms. Did you stop breathing? Find your breath. Go back to the breath. Let's transition to figure four stretch. So crossing ankles, knees, or foot on top of the thigh. Just by sitting up tall, you'll notice the sensation gets stronger in that bent knee up on the top. So you can press down on the knee, pull up on the foot, which will give you a little more sensation. Or you can choose to lean into it. Really let your body weight help with the stretch. We're really letting gravity do the work here. Relax your head, give it a shake. Let's take one more deep breath in. Exhale it out. And then inhale. Ease yourself up and out and uncross. So, just remember that trick about breathing. If you ever feel tension building up in your body, whether it's physical tension or you're in an emotionally tense situation, if you let the breath go, with an audible sigh, contracting your belly, it gives the body the signal that it's safe to relax. It's just a physiologic reaction that we have control over, so try it sometime. So we're gonna do the warrior pose and the triangle pose, only we're going to do it in a seated position. So in coming weeks, we'll be doing them in standing position, but it's good to have this as a backup if you feel like doing just seated work one day. I'm gonna turn, so I'm facing the front corner of my chair. So actually the corner of the chair is between my thighs. My feet are a little wider than hip width apart. And I'm gonna begin with my hands at my hips. I'm sitting up nice and straight. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, step that outside leg back and allow the hip to roll off the chair. Good. So press back through that heel and then relax. Press back through the heel. Notice how you sit up a little straighter when you do that, and relax. Press back through the heel. Let's hold the press now. You can add your arms if that feels comfortable, either out to the side or overhead. Make sure you are breathing. Belly, chest, and shoulders, just like we did during the centering. Nice, steady breaths. Again, anytime you need to come out of a pose, give yourself full permission to do that. One more breath in, and then exhale over the hands. So I'm going to swivel around. So I'm facing the front, but my feet are wide apart, as wide apart as you can place them comfortably. We're going to go into triangle pose. I'm going to take my arm, place it against the inside of my leg, and I can put some gentle pressure on the inside of that leg. I'm going to stretch up with the other arm, and then reach across. So try to keep yourself moving directly to the side, not leaning forward or back. You can look up at the ceiling, you can look at the horizon, you can look at the floor. If your dogs are doing yoga with you, you can look at them. Breathe. A lot of sensation in the side body, a lot of room for breath. One more breath here, and then inhale, bring yourself all the way up and walk your feet together. Take a breath. So let's do both of those poses on the other side. I'm going to turn and face the other corner of my chair. Hands at waist to begin. Take a breath in and step back with the foot. Good. So let the hip roll off the chair. Press back through the heel and relax. Press back through the heel, engage that core and relax. And then pressing back one more time and hold that. Breathing in strongly and adding the arms if you choose. Let yourself feel powerful and strong, breathing into your belly. Breathe in and exhale, lower the arms. And again, we're going to rotate the body so we're facing forward, feet still really wide apart. Place one arm on the inside of the other leg, reach the arm up. Stretch up long out of your waist, and then on an exhale, begin to arch, just like a rainbow, over to the side. Again, the head can look up. You can look at the horizon, or you can look down at the floor if that feels better. How about one more deep breath here? And then on an exhale, release and walk the feet together. So let's just keep the feet about hip width apart and just ease your torso forward into a forward fold. Just let the breath go, let your head relax. Let the core of your body relax. Now to come up, you can either walk your hands up your legs to guide you up, or you can bring your hands to your hips, engage your core, and just hinge up. So just by doing that, you're giving yourself a little extra abdominal work. All right, so we're going to finish up our practice today with another version of the twist, which I like very much. The first version we did works more on the upper body to the mid-back. This is a version that works with the lower body. So I'm going to bring both feet over to one side of my chair, sitting up nice and tall to begin with. And then on an exhale, I'm going to reach around and take a hold of the back of my chair. Now, hold lower down on the chair so your shoulders relax. Keep your breath nice and steady. Don't over twist your neck. You should be able to feel that all the way down into the lower back. Let's get ready to release now. Breathing in, walking all the way around and over to the other side. Again, we always build our postures with the foundation starting from the ground up. So even though we're not standing, our feet are flat on the floor as if we were standing. So breathing in and then exhaling, reaching around behind you, taking a hold of the back of the chair. Not over twisting your neck. Nice steady breaths, belly, chest, and shoulders. Shoulders, chest, and belly. Good, and then as you inhale, let's release and come all the way around. Good. Great practice, everybody. I'm going to let my dogs out before we do our centering, and hopefully they'll be quiet. Go ahead, please. So we always take time at the end of the practice. If you've done a floor class, you know they call it Savasana, where you lay out on your back on the floor. And it's a chance for your body to process what just happened. I always think of doing yoga similar to eating a big, delicious meal. And you need to give the body a chance to digest that meal. So we need to give our body and our energy a chance to digest what just happened during the practice. So letting yourself sit comfortably in your chair, arms are relaxed, eyes can close or look at the floor, whichever feels the safest to you. There's no need to change anything about the way you're breathing right now. Just simply notice the breath. That's enough. And whatever is waiting for you on your to-do list, let that just rest for a bit. You can always catch up with it later. This is your time to care for yourself. You may wish to do a little body scan, starting with the soles of your feet, your legs, your hips, just working your way up and through the body. Noticing whatever the body is telling you. Noticing whatever your energy is telling you. Keeping your attention focused on the breath, on the body, on the moment. Letting that be enough. Nothing more to do. Nothing needs to change. Everything is perfect. Coming back as often as you need to the breath. And then allowing your breath to get a little bit deeper, just filling the lungs and letting yourself stretch and move in any way that feels right to you. There's no right or wrong way to do this. There's just your way. This is your dance. So just dance your own dance. But I would like to invite you to stretch out your arms, reach them wide, and then wrap them around yourself. Give yourself a hug. Open up again, really, really wide. Wrap in the other direction. Give yourself a hug. You deserve this time. And then to bring our practice to close, I salute you all. Namaste, which means the light within me recognizes and honors the light within you. Have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed your practice, and I hope to see you next week. So I'm going to step up closer to the computer, and if Hillary will switch it over, and if you have any questions or would like to share anything with me, the floor is yours.
Judi, thank you so much. That was a beautiful, beautiful class. I'm so grateful that you hosted for us and you were with us today. And I'm so glad we have 2 more sessions that we can get as many more people as possible. This was such a blessing at any age.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, when I consider so many people have jobs that they can't wait till they can retire. I love what I do. And, you know, it's like people are happier when they leave than when they come, unlike going to the dentist. I don't know if there are any dentists out there, but I tend to reduce people's anxiety. And
Yeah.
God willing, I mean, I'm 74 now, so I am hoping, I'm working towards being the world's oldest yoga teacher, but I got a way to go before I do that.
Amen, amen. We support you. Just want to invite anybody now, if anybody has a question, a comment, if you want to raise your hand, we'd love to have your share, your experience, or you feel free to unmute yourself.
They're all quiet. They're all blissed out.
Thank you, Hillary. And this was great. I really appreciated this. Bravo.
I am so glad you could join us. Will you be back next week?
Yes, absolutely.
Amen.
And share the information far and wide.
Yeah.
Invite other people to join.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. It was very enjoyable.
You're
Good.
welcome.
Thank you for coming.
Welcome.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Great class. Thank you.
Thank
Loved
you
it.
very
It was-
much. Thank you.
Music to a teacher's heart.
So yeah, just a follow up. We're going to be sending a follow up email about next week, this same time. Please do come. I'll send you the link in the flyer to share. There'll be a recording of the class for you to reuse. I will forward you Judy's info also, and please stay in touch with us. We have a robust calendar, and it's such a blessing to be able to gather in these times. So thank you again for coming.
And Hillary, one last thing. Feel free to share my email address with the group.
Wonderful. Yes.
If you have a question about your practice or something you want me to include, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to do that.
Great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Namaste, everybody. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll give you a call later, Hillary, okay?
Okay, I just thank you again, Judy, as a huge blessing. Thank you. Yeah, let's hear people. Yeah, that was so awesome. My goodness. I just want to say, like, my partner and I, we're both like Kundalini yoga teachers, and he's been in yoga a long time. What you're offering is it's for everybody. It's for everybody that works in an office. Even he works with kids that struggle with focus, and so I'm so grateful, because it's not, I thought maybe like it was more specifically for older that was for everybody.
It was for everybody. And that's why I do all those modifications. If you can't do this, do this.
It's amazing.
Do this.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
How was it with the dog? I apologize for the dog.
It was great. It's real life. Your dogs were cute. They were great. Everything went so seamlessly. Really.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well, then we're good. We don't need to chat till next week.
Perfect. So then what I'll do is I will send a follow-up email including your info, and then I'm going to also send you an email of everybody that registered in case you have your own newsletter, whatever you want. I'll send you their emails too.
How many did we wind up with?
It looked like there were 20 in the class. So I got a couple emails saying, sorry, I missed it. I'm excited for next week. So yeah.
All right. Great.
Hey, thank you. Have a beautiful day.
You too, Hillary.
Bye.
Bye.